Good evening, gamers. My name is Patty Fattycake, and welcome to my newest video. If you're new to the channel, I hope to earn your subscription today. Welcome. Hopefully, Runescape is going to cooperate. It's logging in and out, but today I wanted to go over 5 more methods for early game players to make money in Runescape. I see players all the time kind of just spinning their wheels, doing like low efficiency methods, and these are not intended to be sweaty in any way, but your time is valuable and you might as well make as much money as you can in as little time as humanly possible. Number 1. First up, we have Last Man Standing. Last Man Standing is a great way to make money for new players because it has basically no requirements to start. All you're going to need is a dueling ring, and that is how you get here. Just rub your dueling ring and you'll be headed right to the Ferox Enclave. The way that you make money from LMS is through Justine's reward shop. By playing the minigame, you'll get points and you can spend them on items in the shop, which you can then sell to the Grand Exchange. I will switch over to the wiki and we'll look at what is the most profitable right now. Here we are on the wiki. You can see how much GP per point that you get here in this column. Looking at these, Trover Parchments are pretty good at 50. Obviously, these are going to change day by day, and that's going to greatly influence how much money you're making. Looks like Rune Pouch notes are also very good as well. I'll link this page down in the description. That way, if you are choosing to do this moneymaker, you can check out what is best the day that you are looking to cash out all of your points. So the requirements for this are extremely low. They're not nothing, but they're extremely low. You just need to have more than 750 total level along with 30 quest points, or if you really somehow don't have 30 quest points, 1500 total level, but this first requirement's much more accessible. Just looking at the money making guide here, it looks like you can make 1.2 mil per hour, or a little bit over that with the rune pouches right now. However, this will depend on how good you are at the minigame. When you start off, I would expect to be getting less than this, but once you get really good at it, you should be able to make more than this. It is very skill dependent. I'm not going to go through a whole game here as that would take forever, but you do want to make sure that you are in the LMS world, which should say next to it LMS competitive. The world changes every week or so, so just make sure that you look through and find that. It's usually down at the bottom of the list. Once you're here in the lobby, all you have to do is go through the competitive door. Once you're in a game, you just kill opponents and loot chests until you are at the end, and hopefully you win. If not, you should be getting points for every kill that you get. Number 2. In the number 2 spot, we have Birdhouses. The requirements are very entry level. All you have to do is complete the quest Bon Voyage, and to do this, you need 100 kudos and have completed the dig site. First up, you're going to need to find out what level of birdhouse that you can do. Come down to your hunter skill. If you go down here to birdhouses, here are all the level requirements for hunter for the birdhouses, but you're also going to need to have the crafting requirement to create them unless you're purchasing them. It is cheaper to not have to do that, so come over here to the crafting tab and you're going to want to come down to other, and then you will see the crafting requirements of the birdhouses as well, and that's just going to determine what type of log you use to create the birdhouses. It is best to use the highest log that you possibly can. First up, you are going to want a dig site pendant. You can get this by cleaning finds at the Varrock Museum. You're going to need a hammer and chisel. I do suggest getting a strung rabbit foot, as this gives you a better chance to get bird's nests. You're going to need 4 logs of your type that you can make. And then you are going to need a seed to bait the traps. Barley works great. You can also use hop seeds, which are very accessible to Iron Men. If this is your very first time, you're also going to need a clockwork for each one of your birdhouses, or to buy a pre-made birdhouse. To do the birdhouse run, you're going to want to right-click your pendant, rub that bad boy, and you're going to Fossil Island. Once you are here, go over to this mush tree, which you have already unlocked. Look up how to unlock them. It's very worthwhile. And you're going to start off at the Verdant Valley. You're going to wear your strung rabbit foot, and you're going to either empty your old birdhouse, set it up, and then just as easy as that, add your seeds. Next, you want to come over to the Mushroom Meadow. You're going to come up north to this birdhouse here. Once again, you click on it, you claim it, hammer onto the logs, or you can chisel them, it doesn't really matter. Put the birdhouse down, add your seeds, and then run to the next one, which is just south over here. This is the final birdhouse. Once again, same old spiel. and you can do these once every 50 minutes. They take less than a minute to do, so it is dependent on what seeds you get. But just from this less than a minute, we made 71k. So if you multiply that out, it's pretty dang good. And it's a good way, it's probably the best way to get bird's eggs, which you can use to get the evil chicken outfit. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more content, and back to the video. Number 3. Up third is thieving from ham members. So for this method, we're not actually going for the loot that you get from the ham members, we're going after the clues that you get from the ham members. So ham members do give you a good chance of getting an easy clue. It's actually about a 1 in 50, and since you can pickpocket so quickly, you can get very fast easy clue completions. The average easy clue is worth 47k, give or take. It's all going to average out in the end, and you can get enough of these done per hour to reach 1 mil GP per hour just on the clues alone. Really quick, I'll show you how to get there. You can either go from Lumbridge, which I will show you now, or you can also teleport to Drainar and run the opposite direction in. I'm not sure which is closer. They're both about the same. I wouldn't worry about it too much, whichever is easier for you. So once you're here, you're going to pick lock to go into this trap door. And I should have mentioned this earlier, but what you want on you is all the teleports that you're going to need for the clues. And ideally, you would have already filled up all of the stash units for these clues in advance, or you can do them as you go, as you get the clues. It's just going to be a lot more running around to the Grand Exchange to get more of the items to fill up your stash units, but just got runes for all the teleports in the pouch. If you have your house outfitted with teleports, that's great as well. You can just do house tabs or house teleports and figure it all out. Amulet of Glory is super good, Dueling Ring, all the other teleports. I'm probably missing a few, and somebody's going to point that out to me. Please do for the help of everybody else. But yeah, once you are here, you're just going to come in and you're just going to start pickpocketing ham members. Doesn't matter which one, just spam them as quick as possible. And about 1 in every 50 pickpockets, you should be getting an easy clue in which you can rapidly complete. I think the wiki had them at 1.5 minutes per completion, so that's pretty good. And just at this rate, you should be getting close to 20 or so of them per hour, depending on if you get master clues. Master clues are going to add your profit, but they are going to take significantly more time to complete than these easies. Number 4. Up next, we have casting high-level alchemy on profitable items. So the whole idea for this moneymaker is that you are going to be buying items in the Grand Exchange that you buy for less money than you can alch them for. This is going to require level 55 magic, and the biggest issue that you're going to run into with a lot of these is this pesky buy limit right here. What this means is that for every 4 hours, you can only buy that many in the Grand Exchange, which is greatly going to limit your profit on a lot of these items. So if you are going to be doing this for money, for free magic experience, whatever reason you did want to do this, I do recommend buying these overnight or something so you can get a large amount of them, and focusing on some that have a larger buy limit, like something like the Black D'hide body right here. It has a relatively low buy-in cost. You're going to be making 663 GP per alch, and you can buy 70 at a time. If you did place one of these orders in for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 days, you could be able to amass a large quantity of these, especially if you are utilizing a few of the other items on this list. This is just on the wiki. I will also link this down in the description below. It's going to detail the highest ROI items from profit. That's what I have this one set to list down as. So you can look at the highest profit items and work your way down. A lot of the higher profit items, unfortunately, do have a buy limit that is prohibitive, to say the least. But if you do scroll down, or if you do combine items, you can get to some that are still making you money, like 282 here on the Mystic Air Staffs, and you can buy 18,000 of them at a time. And some other just more average ones like Green D'hide bodies, which have a very low buy-in cost, but you can also buy 125 of them at a time. As with any Grand Exchange method, make sure to check prices before purchasing anything. Don't just go off of my guide and buy stuff you saw in here, because when you were watching it is at a different time than when I'm making this. I'm not going to release this for probably 3 or 4 days from now at the time of recording. Prices will be different. Please check it beforehand. I don't want you losing money. Number 5, opening eclectic impling jars. So this method is going to be a bit of a gamble. You are not guaranteed to make money, but we are playing a game of high risk, high reward, and what you are looking for is the Ranger boot. Eclectic implings and eclectic impling jars have a 1 in 25 chance of getting a medium clue. The average medium clue is worth 176,000 GP. The big gamble for this is that is heavily weighted by one item in particular, the Ranger boot. So you can see here on screen coming in at almost 40 million GP. If we scroll down the list, nothing else even comes close. So if you do this method and you do not get Ranger boots, you're not going to be making money. But if you do, you're going to be making a lot of money. When you take everything into account and average everything out over a ton of caskets open, you should be making about 1.8 million GP per hour. I have seen this method fluctuate depending on the price of items to up to over 2 mil per hour. So considering the fact that you could get fairly lucky early on, this could be well over 2 million GP per hour. This method could not be any more simple. All you have to do is buy eclectic impling jars on the Grand Exchange, open them, and do all of the clues that you get. Eventually you should hit the Ranger boots, which should make you profit. For a while before you do get the Rangers, you will be losing money, but the Rangers are just worth so much money that you should be in the green the second you hit that roll. Thank you guys so much for watching. These short little videos are so much fun to make. If you did enjoy watching it, please drop me a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be keep on putting more of these out there. I do really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time.